Good evening to all those masters.
Good evening.
The speech itself is broken into three parts, or this particular project. First is the introduction of what the speech is going to demand, which is 3 to 5 minutes. So give me an amber at a green at 3, 4 and 5. Then you can go back and put up all the lights. Then we go into the role play of somebody criticizing me and how we can take forward based on what the manual is speaking about, and 5 of the steps that it suggests to take forward and use in the speech is to listen, is to acknowledge, ask questions, paraphrase, agree or disagree in the end. So this is the structure in which they suggest that one should take a verbal criticism forward. So once again, it could be a 3 at green, 4 amber, and red at 5.
So second is 3, 4, 5 again.
Yes. And once we finish that, we put off the lights again, and then it will be open to the audience as well as my role player to see if there was any areas, how it was done, anything better or not, or that.
That doesn't have any.
That is 3 minutes.
It should be 4 minutes, right?
So what I would request is at 2 minutes, give me an amber, and at 3 give me a red.
2, 2.5, 3.
2 is green.
2 is amber, there's no green in this.
Ah, okay, that
2
is
and
number.
2 amber and 3 red.
Okay. So it's only 13 minutes total?
It's 14 minutes. But you still have the
1 minute wait.
yeah, but it speaks of 3 to 5.
His minimum is 10,
Yeah.
maximum is 14.
So with that, I think I have, now these are, verbal criticisms is something that is something very difficult to handle many times, but then you have no choice. Most often than not, you are sometimes cornered and then you have to see how you can take yourself forward with that. And you face this in every other day or with some people who can confront you, who are very frank and open with you, who are blatant. Somebody who will ask you, did you give or take in those masters? So it comes in various forms. We are trying to experiment on one of the forms today, and for which I have requested a role player who is also our Toastmaster of the day to enact this role, whereby we are having a verbal conversation with my boss, and for whatever reasons, my area of expertise being customer experience, he or the management, he is fine, but the management is not very happy with how it's going. So he's going to give me his feedback, and let's see how we can take that forward. What's that? Call me.
Yeah, I called you basically, Gangadhar, to discuss this customer experience program. And I was just looking at the results, I was just looking at some of the numbers. And what I find, frankly, is that this is not working. I think we started off in a very high mode in terms of, and we got a budget associated with it. I think as of today, we have spent about $500,000 dirhams in the year 2015. But I don't see any improvement. I don't see any returns coming out of this. And I think, frankly speaking, we should just stop this program, close this out in this current situation, and get on with and use the money somewhere else.
Having started this, what I feel is you're finding that it is not having the worth having spent the money right now. You might probably agree with me when we started off this program itself, that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. And it's going to take its own time.
We are not talking about overnight here.
Yes.
It's been 7 months since we started it. So we've gone through 2 reviews. We did a review at the end of March. We did a review at the end of June. If you look at the numbers, there is no difference. There are numbers which are coming in from the customer engagement survey, the contact center numbers that are coming back. They are not anything significantly different from what they were there in December 2014.
You mean to say that from the last 2 reviews that we had are indicators of how it is progressing?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I may just bring up something to you from what you have just told me, is that we have thought of taking this forward. I agree with you. We have invested, and it's not going to happen overnight. The investment has gone into it. We are able to push the frontline force in various aspects and trying to see how we can get them into a service mindset situation. We didn't have this before, so we're starting this like afresh.
No, but if
So-
you look at the presentation that you made to the management team in December 2014, you had projected a customer satisfaction index going up from 5.3 to around 7 or 7.2. Today it's still stuck at around 5.4 to 5.5 at a cost of approximately $500,000. Like if that is the amount of investment that's going to happen, and that 0.2, 0.3 here and there can be attributed to anything. So why should we as a management be spending any more money?
Are we missing out on one aspect of this presentation? Is that this amount or this figures which were given was over a 3-year roadmap. In the sense that we know how it's going to be. We sat together and went through the whole thing. That the first year is where we will engage an external body, and they can do a third-party analysis of how it's going.
Have we done that?
Yes. We've already shortlisted the people. I've sent you mails already on that.
That means we're actually going to spend more money on people trying to analyze and already spend more about the alphabet.
If you want to get your numbers, you have to spend on this aspect of it. Because the 3-year plan has this as the first thing. Then we got to get the service mindset in place once they find the gap analysis. And then with yours and management support, we and see how we can take the entire service mindset forward.
See, frankly, Gangadhar, I don't, as of now, I would tend to give you some leeway in this, knowing that we are not in the right situation. I give you 2 more months potentially. But if these numbers do not significantly improve by the end of September, then we need to definitely have a look at this program and potentially scale
I might agree with your impatience. But what I would suggest to you is, let the year at least go past and let us get the actual NPR results. Because that would be NPR indicator.
Let's do the NPR result as a point of something.
Can we do that?
Well, because that is the right time to do it, because that also is going to ensure how much what do we do with the budget of 2016.
Fine.
So
we
2 months is
consider that.
yeah. So 1 month more is what we potentially have.
But tell me something, do you find anything that's going positive in the entire thing other than this, or how do you feel? Your personal feeling?
No, as I said to you, unless the numbers are there, I do not think there is anything positive.
But the actions and the efforts are there. That's more important.
So we can keep on running consistently but not get anywhere. But that doesn't mean that we are doing the right thing.
Let's review it after 3 more months. Fine?
September end, and that's realistic.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thanks. Open to you first.
Okay. I have just one thing. When I threw numbers, you should have counteracted with numbers. And there were no facts to you. You were more going on the emotional basis. And frankly, we did not rehearse this role play, so you did not know that I was coming with numbers. Right? But when I threw numbers at you, the only best way is only to come back with numbers. You cannot go on emotions when you don't know that is throwing numbers. And the other aspect is when I gave you that option of reviewing it at the end of September, that's the first time you should have just taken that okay and walked out. Because that was I was giving you a rope, right? To basically prove yours. That was my only thing. So the rest of the diffusing of the criticism, you I think managed it reasonably well. But some of these things could have been done better because of the numbers. I think that's what threw you off.
Okay.
I now understand why Sushil is so happy to have Sandeep as the boss. You're a very cool, chillax boss, man. Our bosses don't speak like this. When you're criticized and smashed and broken into pieces.
Now, only the convincing aspect which you try to convince him in terms of the things will happen. Maybe, of course, you know better in quality that Maybe because there is no facts or anything which is more convincing. It is more to say that I told that it will happen in 1 year, so wait for 1 year kind of a thing. Maybe something would have added like it is not just the mission or the money which goes into it, rather the change mindset of the employees which will take some time, or some kind of facts into it which gives a punch to the convincing aspect to the person. Because more or less the convincing how it has happened is like during my presentation I said that you can see only over a period of 3 years after 1 year. So it's more to do with what I said and what is happening now rather than what is actually going into it. Probably that is something which.
Did we cover the 5 aspects of this? This is what also I was looking at, but that's one of the objectives.
I don't want to take the limelight of the evaluator.
Okay.
In terms of, I think as it was not rehearsed, it was quite intense. But I think as Sandeep and Guru rightly pointed out, you could have highlighted few points of, changes which has happened, And I think sometimes you need to be assertive about it. Because whenever there is a criticism, I think you don't take it easy. You need to put your foot down and say, this are the changes. If you need more information, I can, give it to you. So I think that was crucial.
If I may, this is something that is seen around the world, not only here. As a matter of fact, probably about 98 to 99% organizations are not customer oriented, though they talk about. And the organizations which are truly customer oriented is that literally that 1 and 1.5%. You could probably count them, or if you would talk about it like your Virgins and your McDonald's and your a few of the people, literally. So this is a fact, and this is a real life situation in a way, where you talk of customer experience, the management want numbers, not realizing the fact that action is what creates numbers, and it's not customer level. Now, when you're going to go in for verbal criticism, it's probably taken me unawares. So obviously, I don't have my figures. He's already rehearsed his figures, and that's the reason he's got the cards up his sleeve. That's one way of looking at it. The second aspect is, numbers is not what customer experience people talk about. They talk about how to handle and convert the person's way of thinking, including the management, from numbers to that's the service mindset shift. The paradigm shift, that's how we think about it. Probably the reason why I did not. Otherwise, if I had numbers back of my head, I would have. Okay, to conclude this is a real life situation, and I'm very happy to share with you all today that after all that 1 year of whatever happened with the similar kind of a situation at work, our NPI results showed above what we had targeted. This information came last weekend. And strangely now my boss is keeping very quiet and avoiding me. Audio.